Hello YouTube, this is Hunting Guy 532, and today I will be going over my cookware set, my wilderness cookware set that is, certain things I carry with me in the wilderness, whether I'm hiking that day, hunting, fishing, camping, all that kind of good stuff. And the first thing I'm going to show you is, right here is my small pot, and the cool thing about this handle, is it comes up like this so you can cook it. I often put a stick under it like so and hold it over a fire, or you can just set it on a stove, but it just push down and falls. Now this isn't the lid for it, but this is a plate, a small plate, which I find pretty adequate for, camping and hiking, eating outdoors. It fits almost perfectly on top of here, so I find it adequate and it works quite well for me in the wilderness. Uh, like that. Um, what I like to keep inside my pot when I'm going, if I'm going to take it with me, my coffee mug or my tea mug. This itself can also double up as a pot, and something I keep inside it is a fuel tablet. And this will last for about 10 minutes. And a trick I found with this is if you can uh, break this apart and take a little chunk, the little chunk will last for about 10 minutes as well. So if you only have one of these, you need to get it maybe, to make it last a little longer. You could chunk it up. Now, if you're going to be cooking on it, I recommend using the whole thing. But if you just need a little help to light a fire or something, I recommend chunking it up. Uh, I got this is a fuel tablet from the Canadian military. Again, like I've said before, I use a lot of Canadian military stuff because I like the gear and it's what I have easy access to. The cup I usually just use for tea or coffee or something like that. Sometimes putting in a little soup. Um, it itself can be doubled up as a pot. It's quite nice. It's fairly durable and whatnot. As you can tell, it has been used quite a bit. And that's the cup. Getting to the pot itself, it's fairly small, but it's also big enough to do me in the wilderness. It's not like I'm cooking for 20 people or something on Thanksgiving Day. So this will make up a pack of soup, or you can boil your water or whatnot in. Um, the handle right here it just flips up and you just pull it tight. So uh, when you go to store it or travel with it in your backpack, you just keep it down like that. When you go to cook with it, just move it up like so, and just pull, and it just locks in there until you push it down right there. Something else, a spoon. This is a fairly long spoon. I like it because it reaches into the pot pretty well, like so. So when I'm mixing up my soup or whatever, it goes in pretty good. Um, it's long, it's metal. It doesn't weigh that much, so I don't mind carrying it. Something else is a spork. I'm not nuts about sporks. If you're trying to decide between a spoon or a fork and you opt for a spork, if you are trying to cut down on your weight on for your pack or something, if you're backpacking, uh, these are all right. Again, this end's not too bad. I would prefer the fork part on this to be a little longer. The spoon part of it works fine, but the spork part could use a little work. So you can almost just carry another fork with you. But it does, in all, it does work out pretty well. I've used it for something else I'm about to show you as a small pan. I've used the spork, I've used the fork part here to help flip bacon while I was out on a hunting trip one day. I was out on a grouse hunting trip, and by late morning I got pretty hungry, so I fried up some bacon on the trail. Um, and here it is. Here's the pan I was talking about right here. The handles flip out like so. Now all you gotta do to cook is you grab them like so, and you put them on your fire or your stove or something, and you can cook with it. Now the thing about this pan is it's got a little depth to it, so you can boil a little water, make a little soup in here. Last weekend I was out hunting and I was melting snow and boiling water. It took a little bit in this. Um, tell you the truth, it did take a little bit in this, like more time than it would have taken me with my pot. But all in all, this did work out pretty good. And if you were to pick one of these for a bug out option, you'd have to take your pick. You can fry things in a pot, but it's easier in a pan. Even though this has a little depth for you to boil and melt water, the pot would work a lot better for it. So it's up to you on what you would want to carry and take. Uh, Usually, if I'm going somewhere, I don't take both of these. I usually pick either one or the other. Am I going to be overnight? Is it cold? Is it warm? Can my system take both? I have taken both before. Can my system take? Can I handle the weight of taking both with everything else I have to bring? Would it be better to bring the pot or the pan? So weigh your options like that. I will some real minimal stuff that I will pretty much always carry if I'm going on a camping trip would be uh, I'd consider leaving the spork at home if I'm bringing my long spoon, and if I'm just cooking for myself, the spoon I use to stir up, let's say my soup or something in here, I'll just eat off of because if it's just for me, then I don't have to worry about sharing germs or anything like that. Now, if I was cooking it for a friend too or something, then I wouldn't eat off the spoon. I'd probably have to have the sporks with me, a spork or two with me, so my friend would have one, I would have one, or something like that. So for sanitary reasons, if I'm just making like last summer, I did a day hiking trip and I brought this pot and made some soup. I just brought this spoon with me because I knew I was only making soup for myself, so I just ate the soup right out of the pot with this, and it worked like that. I will probably bring the plate. Uh, Again, all depends. Like I said, last summer when I was taking that trip, that day hiking trip, and I planned on making soup. I just took the pot. I didn't bother with the plate. I wasn't gonna need it. I was just gonna eat the soup right out of the pot because I was cooking it just for me. So, and the thing about these plates, they got a little depth to them, so you can put a little soup or something in there. Wouldn't be a whole lot, but these plates aren't very big either. So, again, you gotta watch how much food you put in it, cause you can lose it. And something else I'll probably just about always take, I think I will if I plan on cooking stuff, is this mug so I can make coffee or tea on the trail or something. Or another great thing about these, let's say I have this pot and I'm filling it and I got a full of soup and me and a friend or a couple friends are on the trail. What you can do, you just take your cup and you can just dunk it in the soup, and then you got it right here. You don't have to use any utensils. You can just drink it out of the cup. Um, if you remember a little earlier in the video when I told you I was frying and baking on the trail that grouse one day of grouse hunting, I'll take the pan. I won't bother with the pot. I won't need the pot. Um, this is also a good survival item. So even if I'm not even planning on cooking, this will come with me. So because it does double up as a pot itself. I usually just put tea or coffee in it, but I have used this thing as a pot and cooked things before and made teas in it. Like I just put the water and let it boil and put the tea bag in. Something I won't always take, but will most likely take is the fuel tablet. If we've just had rain or a lot of snow or something, chances are I will take the fuel tablet. But if I know the wood isn't gonna, the wood out in the wilderness will not be wet or soaked or something, then I probably wouldn't bother with the fuel tablet. I might take it anyway, just as an in case thing. But or just wanted to make a quick tea or something on the trail. I just light the cube on. I just light the little tablet on fire. Uh, Boil up my water, put my tea bag in, or a little bit of instant coffee or something. Uh, do do that up and whatnot, and then I would have my hot drink or whatever. Something else I forgot to show you was my camp coffee maker. I've got the old school steel ones. You can also take the coffee, the component that you make coffee in. You put your coffee grounds in to make tea. I have done that before, and it does work quite well. I do enjoy making my tea or my coffee that way. But yeah, it's something else I'll show you another time. I won't always carry that with me, just because I probably won't need it. But if I'm going to be camping for quite a little bit, or a couple days or something, I'll take it with me so I can have fresh camp coffee instead of drinking instant coffee all the time. Myself, I prefer brewed instead of just the instant stuff. Again, some of this stuff is up to personal preference. Feel free to comment or whatever on what you'd like to take, what you think would be a great addition, or something I may or may not need. I have found a purpose for all this gear before, and remember, I don't always take it all with me at once. It's very rare I'll ever do that. I won't need it all the time, unless I'm going to be out with some other friends or something, and we kind of all need it and split up the weight. But that's it for now. This is Hunting Guy 532, and I'll see everybody else later.